The past few months, I have been sharing items that I purchase in all different categories here on YouTube, and I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, so thank you for that. Sometimes I will actually take you along and do it more vlog style, and I try to film these videos as items come in. That's why often in those videos you will see that I have a different look. I'm wearing different clothes, and that's because as shipments arrive, it's easier for me to put them in my filming room and film them the next time I do film, and then I can take care of them. I think a lot of my resistance was things just pile up, and I'm using a lot of things, so it's hard to keep track. But I believe I've found a system and it's working for me. I just shared a recent purchases video 2 weeks ago from today on the 15th, the middle of the month, because I had so many items and I don't want to bombard you and I get a little long-winded. I also have a recent purchases coming up this Friday with the rest of the items in all different categories that I bought for the remaining of the month of July. Today, I'm sharing home decor pieces with you only, and that is because you may recall at the end of last year, Paul and I did some what I would call updates to the second floor of our home. We have a story-and-a-half home, and our second floor has 2 bedrooms and a Jack and Jill bathroom, which is a very grand bathroom. And because all of the kids have moved on, the nest is empty, it was time to update those rooms with fresh carpeting, fresh paint, and purchase pieces to turn them into guest bedrooms for our 2 out-of-town daughters, so that when they come home, they have a place to stay. And if they're both home at the same time, there's a room for both of them. And the nice thing about our Jack and Jill bathroom, which let me just share that my husband and I hired a custom builder to build the house that we're in. We built this house in 2004, or we broke ground in 2003, moved in 2004. So when we built our home, we built it with the intent that this Jack and Jill grand bathroom could assist up to 5 girls and sometimes their friends getting ready. So it's really nice because the toilet is in its own portion or own room, and the shower is in a separate room. And the goal around that was if someone needed to shower, those that were getting ready with doing hair and makeup didn't have to leave the bathroom or contend with the steam that takes place in the shower room. Also, if someone just simply needed to use the toilet, they could use the toilet and not impede on anyone else. So it really was a great setup for having a house with all girls. Well, one of the guest bedrooms is completely done and is beautiful. I'll give you a little clip as I'm talking about it here. I love how this bedroom turned out. I actually hired my 3rd daughter, McKenna, who is just really skilled at decorating and has a real love for it. I hired her to help with the selections for this room, and I paid her for that. I paid her for her services. We talked about it ahead of time, and it was a great little side job for her. I selected some of the pieces, so we worked together, but the majority of it she did on her own, and it turned out beautiful. I absolutely love this room. The front guest bedroom, I decided to go with a darker paint color. And I'll be honest with you, after the fact, I wasn't pleased. This room I was doing on my own. I wasn't pleased with the paint color because I don't know why it just didn't come into my head that we already have a dark home because we live in the woods. So the room is very dark, but I love the color. It's more the fact that it's just a very dark, moody room, and many people like that look. But I realized it really is going to take decorating to get this room how I like it. The additional pieces, the artwork, I had to lighten up the lamps. So it's a work in progress and it's not completely done. And when I'm filming this part of the video, I don't have all the pieces in. So the pieces that I purchased to put on the wall behind the bed are not all here when I film this portion, but I still want to share with you what I bought, and that way if anyone's in the market to buy anything or get any ideas, they can use this. As always, links to everything will be in the description box below, as well as on the corresponding blog post. So let's just take a quick peek at what I bought for this room. And again, I'm still waiting for other pieces. So once the room is completely done, I will do a more in-depth tour of the whole entire upstairs because it just really turned out beautifully. So let's take a look. Okay, like I shared, this room is a little more moodier and darker, so it's not a real bright room. You're not going to have the best lighting to see all of the things that I bought. I will say that we did update the window treatments. The ones that I had up there looked similar, but the color gave such a gray cast that I wasn't pleased with them once we updated the paint color. So I gave those to Chloe for her apartment. I still need to steam these, but they are actually the same window treatments as the back bedroom, which I just loved these. So I wanted to include them in the front bedroom. And I still, again, made use of the ones that we took down by giving them to Chloe. So some purchases that I made because I am really loving this room now. And I know that I will love it even more once I figure out how I am going to display these mirrors and artwork up on this wall. And I don't know if any of these pieces will be returned. Right now, I'm leaning towards this one from Target, probably not working, and I may not need to buy anything else, but it was important to me to have a selection to work from before doing it. And I will insert a photo of the inspo that I have for this space. But let's start over here. What's new? Really kind of everything I could share. So this lamp I picked up from World Market and I love the green. I believe that is a beautiful contrast for the paint color on the walls, and I will have in the description box the paint color for this wall, or I should say for this bedroom, as well as the paint color for this bedroom. I don't know if this is still available. I already had this before picking up the decor pieces. There's actually a smaller one that I have right here in the bathroom on this little stool, which I love so much with the books. The wood pedestal frame is new. That will be linked. Also, this little frame that is actually a piece of artwork that could also be hung on the wall. And I originally thought about using it there, but for right now, I like it here, as well as this vase. The bedside table lamps, I picked up 2 of these. They are also from World Market. They have a clear base, which I love that. And this frame here is new, and I will have that linked. Here's the other lamp, and this frame here, picking up the greens once again and some of the blue colors that you can actually see in these throw pillows that I got from Anthropologie. I don't know if they are still available. These green pillows are from H&M. I will link those if they are still available. You can also see over on the floor our noise machine. We always put that up on the dresser when guests come, but I just store it there. That will be linked. The H&M throw pillows did not come with a pillow insert, so I did have to pick up some of those. The Anthropologie pillows, however, came completely full. I love this piece. It is part of the Chris Loves Julia line from Pottery Barn. I bought this as soon as I saw it go on the site. It is no longer available because the Chris Loves Julia drop or collaboration, a lot of those pieces sell out fast. This antique table here was my late grandmother's, who passed away last year in October. This little lamp here is also from World Market. And the faux greenery in the pot, that is one piece, that is from Target. This mirror here, which I love because I love this new look where things aren't exactly scaled. So that mirror is not scaled to go above this dresser. And I had Paul hang it, or he and I did that together after I decorated the top of the dresser so that we could place it where it looks best. And I love that. If we go into the guest bedroom, you will see a similar look with this just one piece of unscaled piece of art above the bed. Usually you would have something much wider that was scaled to the wall, but this is a look that I see. This piece here, I actually picked up in Pinehurst, the village of Pinehurst. No, actually Southern Pines, which is by Pinehurst in North Carolina, from an antique shop. I picked that up as well as some other pieces like a couple of antique or vintage ashtrays. I love picking up little gems like that, especially when traveling. I love to, because then there's some memory attached to it according to where you traveled to. Okay, so now these pieces. The mirrors here, this one, which is a nice oval. This one here, I love the detailing on these mirrors. The heart-shaped mirror, the circle mirror, and this square mirror all came as a set from actually Pottery Barn Teens Chris Loves Julia line. And I love them. I don't know, and I highly doubt I will use all of them on this wall. I don't believe I will need all of them there, but they will get put to use somewhere because you can never go wrong with a mirror, and I love the different shapes. Then I picked this up from World Market. I am completely obsessed with this. There's no question this piece will get incorporated. And I actually even think that little space right there, a little off-centered, would look great if I don't end up using it here, but I believe that I will. This piece here is from Target, and I definitely see me using it because it ties in so well with the colors of the pillows. I also love these two pieces that came in a set from World Market, ornate vintage ovals. I don't doubt these will get incorporated. So right now, I'm feeling like everything here will get used. Many of the pieces, minus maybe a mirror or two, will go here. They just aren't hung yet because I literally just got these and it does not fit today to hang them. But once it's done, I will be sure to show you. Be sure you're watching me on Instagram stories. This piece here, which I think is Target, I believe will go back. And I have already returned a couple of things to Target that I picked up for this room that just simply didn't work. And I also already returned a piece of artwork that was a contender for this wall that as soon as I brought it in here, I said, nope, it doesn't go with the theme, with the vibe that I am trying to create in this moodier space. Well, there you go. Again, links will be in the description box below as well as on the corresponding blog post. Just a reminder, tomorrow, Wednesday, July 30th, my newsletter, which costs nothing to subscribe, it's absolutely free, will go out in email to all of you who are subscribed with all of the monthly purchases that I made for July. And I always include a section where Paul puts his purchases in there. I don't even read through them. I have no idea what he purchases throughout the month. He probably doesn't read through mine. But that is a monthly newsletter that goes out typically the very end of the month or within the first days of the new month. And it's just a list all categorized with everything that I purchase. So when I buy something, which usually is online, I immediately dump it into that draft, and there will be images included. So if you're not subscribed, please get subscribed, as that newsletter will come out tomorrow, Wednesday, July 30th. Then come back on Friday to watch the rest of my recent purchases for the latter part of the month. And that will be, again, all categorized for easy viewing and shopping. And speaking of newsletter, also on Friday will be my monthly reflections newsletter, which is another monthly column that I put together where I just share nuggets about my month, any note cards I wrote, any celebrations we've had, any places that I went to or appointments that I want to share with you. For example, I had a micro needling this month. I share all of those nuggets because I'm very transparent about what I do and where I go, and I know that you appreciate it. Also, as we're approaching the new month, don't forget to take advantage of my habit tracker / maintenance to do workshop, which has two parts to it. There's an initial workshop, which you can get today, and then on Sunday, August 10th, there's a follow-up meeting and training where I troubleshoot any blind spots or questions that you have on how to use this tool that I've been using religiously for a couple of years. I'm not quite, I don't think, I'm on my second habit tracker. So I've been using it long enough that I have found value in it because I won't use anything that I don't see value in. In the workshop, I walk you through how to use this tool, not only for habits, but your maintenance to-dos like I do. And then to expand on that, I have a follow-up training class again on Sunday, August 10th. That class will be live. To get more information, there will be a link in the description box below. And I published a video last week, 1 week ago today, where I talk more in depth about this tool and I walk you through my July habit tracker and maintenance to do. So you're going to get a lot of insight. If you already took the habit tracker workshop, but you need to finesse your system a little bit and maybe optimize it, I encourage you to take advantage of the training class on the 10th. If you haven't taken the workshop, take that today, get your habit tracker on order so you can get the ball rolling, and then register for the live training so I can help you expand in this area using this tool. You will gain a lot of insight. We will also cover in that training class the 3 different types of to-do lists that I believe all people need. All people. And it's such a missing link for so many women that I work with. So this will be worth your weight in gold. All right. Thanks for being here. Let me know what your favorite item was that I shared with you today in the home decor department. Take care.